What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another Walking Dead video. So we've been talking a lot about spin-offs and rumors and everything, because that's really all we have to work with is the rumors of what's going on in the Walking Dead world. And just with Dead City and Daryl Dixon being our only Walking Dead content right now, and the excitement just definitely not being as high as it used to be, there's just not been a whole lot to talk about. So all we can really do is theorize and discuss what's going on. I mean, there's a whole lot of leaks, a whole lot of rumors and stuff going on right now. We've talked about a lot of them the last couple of weeks, with the possibility of Rick returning, with the possibility of post-credit scenes being filmed for Dead City, with cameos being filmed for Dead City. Not a whole lot going on with Daryl Dixon, but along with kind of talking about Daryl Dixon for just a quick second, but Daryl Dixon's not been living up to what I would say is the Walking Dead legacy. It's been very lackluster. The story has been very and just not been a whole lot worth watching. So it's just been really hard to be enthusiastic about that show, really hard to get into it. And they had a story that I thought was working, that I could enjoy and everything, and then they just went and snuffed it out, and now they're just kind of reverting back to the original formula of Daryl and Carol supposedly trying to get home, but I just don't think that's going to be what the end goal is for that show, because that show is all over the place right now. It's just about Daryl kind of globe trotting all over the place, and no real goal in sight as far as the story they're trying to tell, and they're just kind of recycling that same formula every season. Like, they're going into the third season now, and we know that they're just going to run into some villain or some problem along the way, supposedly trying to get home. And they're still filming too, apparently. I don't know if it's the third season, because we thought the third season had been done filming months ago, but apparently they're still filming the third season, or maybe they're even secretly filming the fourth season, because there was all talk about fourth season already kind of being on the schedule and on the books and whatnot. So there's that possibility that they're already filming the fourth season, probably with the fifth season already in mind, because there's been talk, or at least discussions and rumors and whatnot, that Dead City and Daryl Dixon could both go on to do at least 5 seasons each, which, just kind of talking about that with our spin-offs, what is the ultimate goal there? What are they trying to do with these spin-offs? Is there a bigger story that they're trying to do? And I really think, especially with Dead City, Dead City's really got the more interesting story going on, the more excitement with Negan and everything, going back to being the guy that used to be. They need to be building up to something. They need to have a story in mind of something leading into the big climax type moments of, oh my God, can't believe that just happened, or can't believe he's back, or whatever. But they need to build up to something. With Daryl, it's kind of off doing its own thing. And it's a shame, because Daryl started off with the premise, hey, I'm going to go find Rick and I'm going to bring him home. Well, they've seemed to kind of disregarded that whole mission, and now he's just kind of doing whatever he wants to do, whatever Norman Reedus wants to do, the next location he wants to go film another season, because honestly, they're probably just going to keep filming this until he gets tired of it and he's ready to either get Daryl back home or just kill him. Because you also got Scott Gimple there. He's just along for the ride. He's just there for the money. That's been made abundantly clear. But with Dead City, I think they have a better chance of telling a really good story with how Negan's going back into that old persona. Could people from that past who haven't seen him since he was that guy show up and vow to take their revenge or whatever? And the perfect couple would be Dwight and Sherry. They could pop up as a cameo and be like, he hasn't changed one bit. We're going to go after him. We're going to take him down, make him pay for everything that he did. And so that's just one direction I think they could go with that, and it would make the most sense. And then it could build up into bringing back Rick, bringing back other characters from the original show, give us the closure that we didn't get from the original show. And on top of that, too, with all these original characters that we'd love to see back, there's still talks of other spinoffs in the works. So much so that I read something earlier, and it's just from a random source that I found out there on Facebook. And, it's all rumors at this point. That's all we've really got to work with. But there's talk that Aaron and Gabriel could still see their own spinoff. Now, what that spinoff would be about and just what they would do with it, no idea. I'm not 100% sure that those two characters could carry a show by themselves. I would love to see them come back, because I did enjoy their characters in the original show and whatnot, and I really loved seeing Seth Gilliam come back and play Gabriel for his cameo appearances within The Ones Who Live. But to see them carry their own show, I'm not sure about it, because Aaron has his adopted daughter, Gracie, and then we also have Gabriel, who also has his own kind of parental responsibilities for Rosita's daughter. And so you have to wonder, what's the story there? What could they really give us that we haven't seen yet? Or could they build up? And on top of that, too, with the rumors of that happening, supposedly it's going to take place in Canada, of all places. They're not even going to go back to Georgia. Somehow or another, Gabriel and Aaron are going to end up in Canada, or whatever they use to use that as a setting or whatever. What's the location and whatnot? I would love it if they would just go back to Georgia. I know that the set for Alexandria is long gone. I mean, they're chopping up the wall pieces and selling them through one of the shops down there. I have bought me a piece, and maybe I'll get it sometime in this next few months. I don't know, but I'll definitely do a video about that when I get it. But just, I don't know where they would take them that would be an interesting story. Where could they take them that would be intriguing? What other types of threats could they come across? Or are they just simply out there looking for people to bring back to the Commonwealth Alexandria area, even though, yes, those areas are technically, a bit far from each other? But I would love it if they would just go back to Georgia. And even if they would have to do probably a majority of it in the Commonwealth is still, from what I understand, it's still intact on the studio backlots down there in Georgia. So they could do that a lot easier, yes, than doing anything in Alexandria, other than maybe constructing little half walls or whatever, just little focal areas that they could film in, where they wouldn't have to show that whole spot, or just film in some of those houses. But I would love it if they would have some kind of goal in mind for these spinoffs, to give us a proper story, to give us, character returns and whatnot, that would build up and just leave us with that, last wow that we all desperately want from this universe, or at least from these characters. Because there's also talk, and I did a video about this previously, so I'll leave a link, but there's talk of another spinoff being done in Australia, but there's no word on whether or not it's going to be anything with our current characters, or they're going to just have a whole new story. My opinion, they need a whole new story. They need to just get these characters that we've had for so long now, wrap them up, give us a proper ending, and then just call it a day. Stop dragging this on and continuing to recycle the same story over and over, the same plot points and whatnot. Just, there's too much going on, and they're just trying to accomplish too much, and it's not building up to anything, at least from what we can tell anyways at the moment. So I'm hoping that they have an idea of something that they want to accomplish, and I'm hoping that they, really give it a chance to give these characters the proper clothes, give us some cameos, give us what we need to build up to a proper story that would say goodbye to these characters once and for all, and give us the closest thing that they can give us to a happy ending for these characters. Have Rick and Negan reunite, and have them come to terms and be like, have Rick understand that Negan's not that guy anymore. Same with Dwight and Sherry. Have them, kind of start off going on a mission to go after him, but then slowly realizing he's not that guy anymore. He's not there to hurt people. He's not there to build up a kingdom or an empire that he once had. And kind of with, Judith and everything, I don't see Michonne coming back so much, because they kind of accomplished what they wanted to with her character within The Ones Who Live. She went out to find Rick. She accomplished that mission. She brought him home. And I could see that Denai Guerrera wouldn't necessarily have to come back, other than maybe for closing cameos or something like that. But all in all, they got too much going on with the spinoffs right now. And with talks of doing more, there's just no real ending in sight. And I just want that. I want these characters to be closed out. I want this universe to be closed out, because they've got to know that at this point they've lost a lot of people because of the choices they made with story, because of ending things the way they did, and just doing things kind of all at the wrong turn, just making poor writing choices in general. And they have to know that people walked away, and they have to know that people are willing to come back for the right story, for the right characters. But all in all, that's just really what I wanted to talk about today was, with the spinoffs, with any goals that they might have in mind, hopefully they have something, because right now it just doesn't feel like they do. I hope that they have a plan in place where we can say goodbye to these characters and just kind of be done with this particular story, because it's not so much that I'm sick of the Walking Dead universe. I'm tired of seeing them not really have a point to what they're trying to do other than just make money. I would love to see us go back, maybe not so much to the beginning of the fall and everything, even though I do love flashbacks where we see the fall of society and whatnot. But give us new characters, give us a new setting, just separate completely from all of these legacy characters and just give us something fresh. But anyways, guys, that's just the video I wanted to do today. Just to talk about spin-offs, talk about the rumors that are still floating around out there, what we could possibly see, particularly with Aaron and Gabriel and shooting in Canada, of all places. That's just weird to me. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, help me reach my new goal of 5,000 subscribers, and I will see you next time. So take care. Bye.